All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites who come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known United Snakes of America, soon to be devoured, to be, what's that word they use? Consumed. All right? To be consumed means to be burned completely. And that's what's about to happen to Babylon. All right? We, the men of the Lord, we come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this place and wake up the 12 tribes, the nation of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indian, and Speckled Bird. Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order before it's too late. Because as you can see, this whole thing is going to hell in a handbasket. It's quite clear at this point. All right, first and foremost, and as always, all praises are due to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim HaKadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom and salutations to all the Akwath out listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, and not pretending to be some sort of teacher. All right, that's for the men out here on the battlefield, and everybody's going to know that soon enough. All right? When it's unsafe to even be out on the street, we're going to see who the real teachers are. And this circus out here is going to come to an end. And you will be judged for that wickedness as well. All right? We will see. Anyway, this is Revelation. Revelation 13 and 12. Or Salakia. Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. All right, so here we are, looking directly at that. All right, that is the subject. This is waking everybody up, right? Everybody can clearly see who the devil is right now, burning up whole islands, stealing people's land like you've always done. Let's check the record. Babylon the Great was stolen from the Native Americans. The land of Israel was stolen from the so-called Philistines, and the Philistines are Hamites. So that ain't even the Philistines. That's Ishmael over there. Okay. That's Ishmael. Nonetheless, the land was stolen. You appointed it into your own hands, right? And we have the record and the proof, right, to call you out. And that's what we're doing. The scriptures are pointing directly at you. You can't even hide no more. That little hedge that the Most High put on you is it's over with. We have found you out. Okay? Whoever shall find me, right, shall put you to death. Well, guess what? You got shut down. Because now everybody knows it's you. Right? And like the brother said from LA, it's only a matter of time, right? Now that we've identified the culprit, right? Now what? Now we got to do something about it. And the only one that has that kind of power, right, is the power on the right. Starting with Yahweh Shai. It's his duty to come back and set this thing straight. It's our duty to understand that, stand down, let him handle his business. So the very next step, if you will, right? The only thing that can happen at this point is we're gonna watch you get taken down. You must be taken down. The only one that can do it is he saves. The only one that can save us from your dirty reign before you kill all flesh is Yahweh Shai. He saves. All right? So now how long is it until he breaks the door down and come in and lay everything flat to where there's nothing left but dust and smell of smoke? Pursuant to 2nd Ezra's 13th chapter. All right? Well, to the Most High is a couple of waking moments, right? You got to understand, one day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years one day, right? All we got is a couple of normal days. Not even a year, if it be the Lord's will. That's how close we are to getting the hell up out of here. And we're counting the seconds too. We can't wait. You know, we do want to see the downfall of our enemy, right? That's very important. But at the same time, we can't wait to get the hell up out of here. All right? And again, everybody is watching this thing, right, go from bad to worse. And when I say worse, it's going to be the worst that it's ever been. The worst. Or as a nigga would say, the worst. Worst than it's ever been. With a T, right? And we know that that's what has to happen before this thing is over. What has to happen? Islands got to get burned up from the inside out, as though nobody saw it. And see, this devil, he's done hiding. Okay? He don't care. He sees the internet. He clearly sees, oh, well, everybody knows I did this. Right? We did it so raggedy, now everybody's looking directly at us. The jig is up. The jig is officially up. The whole internet is abuzz with the fact that you done burned the whole damn island up and ran people off of their land. I mean, what else could it be? What was it? The hurricane that was, I don't know how many miles away, 800 miles away? Was it gale force winds? Was it hurricane winds that blew the fire so perfectly, right, that it missed Oprah's house entirely? And she's the first one acting as though she's giving some sort of relief that's being held back like it was in Katrina. Oh, we're going to hold it. It was FEMA. FEMA's holding back relief, water, food. Oh, well, we got 150 hot meals over here that aren't going to reach their destination. Okay? Why is that? Because somebody is the damn devil out here. Right? You know what it's time for? It's time to call the devil the devil. You know how like they say, well, you got to call a spade a spade. It's time to call a fucking red devil, a damn red devil. Okay, it's just that simple. It's time to identify the red-ass devil. Stop calling him white and giving him a pass. This is the devil. You're clearly red, and you're red-handed, especially in this situation. You're clearly red-handed. Who else can make fire come down here other than the Most High? Okay, let's see. Was it the Most High that did this? Was this the chariots of Israel, which do have the capability of burning shit up with lasers? Yes, that exists too. See, when you know these things, you can eliminate really quickly what the hell is going on and what ain't. All right? You get right down to the nitty-gritty of the situation and point the finger exactly where it needs to be pointed. See, it's finger pointing time is what it is. It's finger pointing time. It's time to call the devil and understand what it means. The word devil means deceiver. Well, who's out there doing it? Well, we just burned your land up and ran you into the ocean, killed a bunch of you, and it just happened. It was Mother Nature. No, nigga. No, you got control of that too, right? What are you gonna do this weekend, right? Aren't you slated to kill a bunch of people with so-called weather this weekend? Didn't you put that out there, right? You and your phoenix rising from the ashes. Who says that? Well, we can see a lot of phoenix rising from what? Who says that shit? While you're stealing people's land, while people are laying in the ocean. You got people jet skiing, right? Oh, well, we still have our tickets to the island. Let's go out there. There are dead bodies in the water, but we're going to go jet skiing anyway. We're going to go stay in the hotels that didn't burn down, and the whole island smells like dead bodies. Who does that? Or as Jake would say, where they do that at? Right? Well, apparently they do it right up there in the archipelago, right? They do it right out there in the Pacific, right? You get some Dr. Evil type laser beam that comes up out of a volcano, right? Out of Kilauea, a big old beam a big laser machine comes, it rises up out of the volcano, pointed at what island you want to, and zap the shit out of it, right? But before you do that, right, 2 months prior, you get your mapping radar out. What did we see? What did we see? Looking like the code of the Matrix, right? That the green numbers coming down. When you map out it, and then here's the thing, is that they told us that that's what they were doing. Well, they're mapping out they're mapping it out for what? Because we don't want to burn up Oprah's house, okay? Or whoever, whatever demon, club, right? And here's the thing, all those people can be traced back to pedos. You're trying to make one giant Epstein Island out there, right? Like whoever it is that owns Lanai, right? The dude was breaking it down. 98% of the island of Lanai is owned by one person. The other 2% of the island must be in the hands of the locals or whatever, right? So who owns 98% of the island? The devil, right? And if he could exterminate, I can almost guarantee that the 2% of the island that they don't own is owned by an Edomite posing as a local, right? So this devil, he just got to go. The jig is up. People are mad too, right? Why? Because we're right. We're right again. The men of the Lord. Let's read that again. Who burned up the island with a laser beam? Who did that? Let's start at this is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld, and another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That's that two-party system running a game on you. Okay? It's that two-party system. Okay? Full of lies and deceit. That's where you get that dragon from. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire. All right? And he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. That's the Roman Empire, and that's so-called America coming back in the stead of the Roman Empire. All right, and it is what it is. I don't give a goddamn if you're mad at us out here pushing this truth. See, we know what comes with it, right? Death comes with it first. What after that? If I'm not afraid of you killing me, what do you got after that? You know, there's a reward for doing this work and dying doing it, right? Same reward as if you make it. So 2 and 2 is 4, nigga. We don't care. All right? Nobody wants to continue to live in this demon-infested kingdom anyway. All right? You'd rather take a little nap for a minute, a dirt nap, if you will, because it's just sleep for, what, a couple of days before this devil goes down? Right now, he's burning up islands as a whole and taking them, coveting fields. Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders. Who? Esau, this damn devil. The revived Roman Empire. Edom, Rome. The devil, the great red dragon, this damn devil that burns up whole islands and kills people. Oh, let me jump in the water to go save myself from burning, and you die anyway. All right? So it's no secret to what the hell is going on right now. All right? What you gonna do? You gonna rise up and take this devil down? Or are you gonna keep going to your job, making your no money, and paying all your check just to live in a home that you spend 5 minutes in right before you gotta run down to work? It's called slavery. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. What? He doeth what? All you got to do when you read that, all you got to do is think of a James Bond movie, right? And the villain, right? The villain in the James Bond movie is an Edomite who lives on an island. He's got unlimited money. He's got a whole bunch of money. He went and bought an island to where the volcano on the island will open. The top of the volcano will tilt back, and up out of the volcano will come a big old laser beam gun. And before they turn the laser beam on, right, you think to yourself, you say, this damn devil. Right? Well, this is a miracle. It's a miracle to have a big old laser beam gun like that. Right? Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders. Well, wonders, it's like magic. It's like a miracle. What did he do? Well, he shot some satellites out of the sky. He mapped out the island of Oahu or Maui or whatever, and he said, okay, rich billionaire lives here, don't burn that. He sends down mapping, like they map the human brain. Remember that? Well, they're mapping the human brain. What? Just sound like some Frankenstein shit. Right? Well, we're going to map the human brain. Right? Right before we go in and program it to do what we want it to do. We're going to turn off the intellect. We're going to turn up the I'm a slave portion of the brain where you don't think. Remember a lobotomy? Right? Rosemary Kennedy. Can you imagine what Rosemary Kennedy knew? For them to give her a lobotomy and then hide her in the attic somewhere. They used to get out like that. You know what? They were probably working on that chip, that Neuralink way back then. Well, let's use Rosemary, because we do got to get her to forget some of that shit that we did to her. So if we give her a lobotomy and we put a Neuralink in her head, we can control her. And she'll forget all of the wickedness that we had her doing. Those rituals, the blood drinking, and everything that comes along with being a Kennedy. Right? Peculiar family, those Kennedys. Right? But nonetheless, your boy Quincy Jones. Look at. You can see where they gave him that Planet of the Apes, right? In the Planet of the Apes, right? In the first movie, when the apes gained control and they rounded up all three of the astronauts, one of them, the Edomite, right? They cut it. Oh, you cut out his brain, you damn ape. Remember that? They were showing you then, right? Neuralink. They were showing you this Neuralink in '68. Again, Quincy Jones. Go look at a picture of Quincy Jones, right? Right up here on his right temple, you see a big old incision, right? This nigga's still alive. Should he be dead? He was around in the jazz era, like the 30s and shit, right? That nigga got so many stories going back. Right? How is he still alive and sleeping with Will Smith, right? And Michael Jackson and Tevin Campbell and right? These stories, they don't go away. Okay? Well, this devil in his image, right? The image of this beast, it goes way back. You think they just started experimenting with chips and they're ready to administer this thing? Oh, well, we just started human testing for the Neuralink. No, you didn't, nigga. You started that shit 70 years ago. Like we don't know. Ask Quincy Jones. Ask Rosemary Kennedy. Who is Rosemary Kennedy? What happened at Chappaquiddick? Right? These things aren't even known. And what they want to do right now, and I know I'm talking a lot, but that's the point. They want to expunge or get these new internet laws together where they can determine what we want on there and what we don't want. You know, long story short, here's what we're going to allow you to see. And there never was slavery. It was indentured servitude that you Negroes, you wanted to do it, and you came out with many skills. And we didn't flood out your towns, and we didn't burn them down, right? We're going to give you the history, nigga, that we want you to have. You won't even remember slavery. Here it is. Slavery is at an all-time high in the world. Oprah's trafficking children. What about those children that are missing? Right? And she's right there, handing out pillows. Well, what about all the missing children? Are you going to build a school right there for little girls and traffic them too? See, the truth is coming out. But nobody's going to do nothing because this devil got too much power. He can make fire come down from heaven. Right? So who's going to take him out of the way? Who's got the firepower to take this devil down? One name means He Savior. Who is He Savior? Yahawashai. Yahawashai is the answer, right? Why? Because His laser beams on them spaceships are bigger than any laser beam that they can make here on this earth. That's just the answer. The answer is about laser beams and spaceships. That's what's going on. And I'm made to look like a clown for even coming out and trying to say that. But I'm speaking about it right now. Laser beams and spaceships. What does this sound like to you? Revelation 13:13. And He doeth great wonders, so that He maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. What does that sound like to you? Now, 2,000 years ago, it might have sounded crazy, right? Oh, laser beams coming down from a satellite. Let's say from a satellite, from a drone. Oh, you got a laser on a drone, right? 3 months ago, we mapped all of Oahu with a mapping laser as to where not to burn up. Don't burn up Oprah's pad or Zuckerberg. But the shoreline, the coastline of Lahaina, we're going to burn that up and take that for ourselves. We don't care how many people we kill in the process. That's collateral damage, right? It's all good. This is what we see happening in right before our face. It's a beautiful dog. So now what? Now what? It's only a matter of time before, right? And you know what? Do you think for a moment that these devils ain't still mad that they weren't able to exterminate all of you Japhethites out there on that damn island? You still own a little chunk. Well, we own the outer rim of Lahaina. No, you don't. Nigga, you own the Pacific Ocean because your ass is out there right now burned to a crisp, floating around while people jet ski around you. All right? That's what we're dealing with here. All right? As the brother from, North Carolina, evil. We're dealing with pure evil. All right? And it's only going to get worse by the day. It's going to get so bad. See, everybody's cool right now. You can walk down the street. You can buy stuff at the store. Right? Everybody feels comfortable right now. You better enjoy these last couple of days. Enjoy these last couple of days because it's over. It's all coming to an end. Well, what do you mean, smart city? This whole smart island, 15-minute island, that people don't even know. And now here come all of the plans and the brochures, if you will, the little video promos for the smart island, right? Now they come up. A nigga wrote a book in one day. Nigga wrote a book and had it on Google. What is it? What do you sell it on Amazon? The nigga selling a book on Amazon about the fire, like 36 hours after the fire started. Yeah, you could have AI'd the fire, the laser beams, and climate change. Write me a book, right? And the book is out. And not only is it out, it's for sale on Amazon. Here we are, right? That's a miracle. Is that a miracle? Nigga wrote a book in one day and it's out, right? And people are rating. You know, there's a rating system. 1 star, and I'm gonna write a little paragraph. Do not buy this, but nigga, did you read it? This is what we're dealing with, all right? Let's get these references. Let's get Daniel. Daniel 7. Daniel 7 and 10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Huh? Wait a minute. So what does that mean? Let me read Revelation again. Let's compare these and see if we can get a little understanding here. Because people have zero understanding, and it's supposed to be that way. If you can't get it, it's all good. How unfortunate that you have no understanding. This is Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. All right, now we'll read Daniel 7 and 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. So this devil, right, he maketh fire come down from heaven, burn up the whole island and take what he wants, right? But guess what? The Most High, the Ancient of Days, Daniel 7 and 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. So we're talking about God, the Most High here. Yahweh, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So right here we're talking about his spaceship, right? And guess what? On his spaceship, he's got lasers that rival the lasers that burned up the island of Oahu. Okay? How about that? See, to have understanding, right, means that I'm going to be out here looking crazy because I'm breaking down this truth. And I'm fine with that. Fine with it. Starts at 9. Oh, 8:30. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Either you understand or not. Proverbs 4 and 7. Because here's the problem, see? I sit here all day, bring out this truth, and you ain't gonna get it. This is Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay? Hey, you can have all the wisdom in the world, but if you don't understand the wisdom that you have, okay? In other words, you could be a mockingbird. Somebody gave you all the wisdom, but you have zero control over it, if you will. You must be able to understand. So when I'm sitting here going line upon line, precept upon precept, well, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about spaceships and laser beams, right? And right away, you're like this, oh, okay, well, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I do know what I'm talking about. You just don't understand. Okay? Let's get some more laser beams. Out of his mouth, right? There's a rhythm to this whole thing. It's wired on something. Second Ezra 13 and 5. Salakia. Second Ezra 13 and 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Why are we talking about? We're talking about fire, all right? And we're talking about fire proceeding out of somebody's mouth, right? In this case, we're talking about the mouth of a chariot, a spaceship, okay? And we're talking about fire coming out of the mouth of a spaceship. What is that called? It's called a laser. All right? You ain't gonna understand that. You could go to the movies, watch Will Smith, right? Do all manner of wickedness and witchcraft in your face, right? Kill aliens, come back, smoke a cigar. You can watch that all day, but then when I tell you about spaceships and laser beams, I'm the crazy one. But you could go watch Will Smith and love him while he's doing it. You can watch Will Smith take off and fly, beat up the bad guy, and be a hero at the end of the movie, but I'm the crazy one for pointing out that these things are real. What about Simeon Toko? Right? Who is Simeon Toko? Well, we got to hide that one. We got to hide the truth away from it. right? Well, spaceships aren't real, but we do have aliens scalping niggas down in Peru, right? So you can put that on the evening news, and it's okay. You can run with it. There are aliens over there. Well, how the aliens get here? In their spaceship? Huh? See, spaceships are a thing now. Well, you can have spaceships, but spaceships, they don't beam people up, and they don't shoot laser beams. They don't deal with beams at all. Right? People are in for a rude awakening. All right? Very, very rude. You're going to see things that you're going to swear to God are miracles. All right, brother. You're going to see magic and witchcraft on a level, right? They've been had this shit. They perfected it years ago. You just ain't seen it yet. Oh, they're doing it right now. Tupac and Biggie are writing songs and putting them out with AI right now. Right? And then all you got to do is say, well, the dude is in Cuba. He's in Asia somewhere, hiding, because he didn't really die, right? Which could be true. Hey, what does the word devil mean? And that nigga was a devil him damn self, right? Which is why the Most High took his ass out. And if he didn't, and we're being deceived, guess what? He'll be taken out very soon, right? That nigga's a demon, a high-level demon. You don't become a movie star and a rapper, right? World-famous people still loving you without some deception going on somewhere. It's all high-level deception. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned. What are we talking about here? Okay? Well, we're talking about fire, concentrated fire at some level. We're talking about people burning, right? Come get this word, lady. She saw us flirting. So it's not my fault. It's not my fault that UFOs and spaceships are in vogue right now. It's not me. Right? It's not my fault that we've been dealing with aliens now for years. What happened to the weather balloon theory? Now it's all coming out. Well, there are aliens and spaceships on the evening news. Is that my fault? Well, we made another Will Smith movie with aliens and laser beams. Is that my fault? Right? Here it is in your face, but I'm crazy for talking about it. I'm crazy for having this understanding, right? Our conversation is from the heavens, right? You're going to be wondering what the hell is going on very soon, right? When there ain't no answers, when there ain't no answers and your ass is scared because you got burned out of your house You're living on the street. There's no hope, right? Then you can come down here looking for answers, and we'll be gone then, right? And you wouldn't understand it anyway. You couldn't understand it if you tried. Now, if anybody does understand, you better, you got very, very little time to get your ass right, to get straight, right? Because we are not going to be out here too much longer. Let's get famines. Drop that. 2nd Ezra 16. What famines, okay? Because there's more than one famine, all right? There's more than one famine. You can be out here looking like a bunch of Cambodians. I met a Cambodian dude yesterday. He was actually a Jake, clearly. Are you Cambodian? No? Just checking. She's like, whatever. He was he was a Jake, right? He was selling insurance. And in between selling insurance, he turned into a Jake. I'm like, oh, shit. He was in the genocide, right? Most High brought us face to face. I tried to give him as much information as I could. He'll wind up calling me. But that's how short time is. We're going back and forth. And he understands. See, sometimes you gauge people and you see how much they know about what's going on and what's not, right? And so I'm feeling him out. He's feeling me out. And what he did is he gave it up. He said, you guys are the coolest people that I've met in a long time. I can imagine the people that he met. But it is what it is. It is what it is out here. All right? I'll see the Cambodian again. I'm looking for famines. I'm going to find it, so bear with me. Bear with me, I'm going to look for it. I'll perform a diligent search. I'm going to search the scriptures daily. There we go. Luke 21. Luke 21 and 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, plural. More than one famine. So you got a famine of food and water, right? That's one famine that is upon us now. All right? And you ain't going to understand. Some of you don't even have a week's worth of food at the house. right? Nose clean in the air, walking by like everything is all, I got a job. The Jake woman, Eve, right? She's a little nurse or whatever. She got a job. She's complaining. She could have went on complaining for 40, 45 minutes straight about her great job that she don't even want. She's like, this is some fucking bullshit. I'm supposed to clock in 2 minutes, and I don't even want to go. She had nothing good to say about her good job other than this is some fucking bullshit, right? So the Babylonian dream has come to an end. The Babylonian dream has become a nightmare. And you Babylonians, you just love it. You love it. Right? Famines. Plural. What is it? Luke? Let me read it again. We got a couple of famines coming up that are going to devastate everybody because you will be looking for us. And this goes right into them damn lasers. Okay? Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, plural, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Laser beams. Right? Lasers. Mapping. Island mapping. Right? Satellites with laser beams on them. Burning up whole islands and people wholesale. Well, that's what's going on in today's news. What is the news about today on the internet? Well, DEW, directed energy weapon, that's the talk of the town. Aliens and spaceships is what the news is about today. It's not me explaining exactly what it is. Somebody is pushing out the vibration of aliens, spaceships, and laser beams. And guess what? It's all in the scriptures. Been saying it for years, right here. 15 years of aliens, spaceships, and laser beams. Now, I'm the crazy one, but on the news every day, well, we got aliens and we got spaceships, and a laser beam just burned up Oahu and made a bunch of people homeless if they didn't get burned up or drowned in the water because the island was on fire. So now who's the crazy one? You still not going to listen. You're still not going to get any understanding. Why? Because your ass is going to get burned up. If it ain't the laser beams that burn your ass up, guess what it's going to be? It's going to be those missiles. So he will have your ass burning. There was a Quincy Jones, back to Quincy, right? On the first Brothers Johnson album, right? Thunder Thumbs and Lightning Licks, right? George and Louis Johnson, the Brothers Johnson, produced by Quincy Jones, right? Wonder what they had to do to get that deal. Wonder what they had to do, right? On the first record, there's a song called The Devil. And it used to scare me, right? So who would write a song called The Devil, right? Anyway, one of the lyrics in the song called The Devil It is, he will have your ass burning. He will have your ass burning, right? I love that. Now, right? I was young when it came out, and I was like, damn, that's scary. So you can talk about the devil? And it's appropriate that it would be on his record because he is the damn devil to begin with, right? It makes sense, right? And then Lewis, who is dead, been dead, one of the greatest bass players ever, as they say. But what happened? He got tired of whatever they were doing, that whole demonic thing to become famous, right? It didn't work very well with him. But anyway, him and his wife, in between somewhere, after about the third or fourth record, he kind of quit, and he went off with his wife, and they made a record. I think it was called, either the name of the group was called Passage or something like that. He got religious, right? And he knew something, right? Because they were putting out records. This is a Christian record, but on their fourth, I think it was their fourth record, it's called Winter. They made a record with Toto. I'm not sure that Quincy had anything to do with it, but in order to get past the gatekeeper Quincy, you're already a full-blown Satanist, right? But it was really ironic that they put out a song that was called Caught Up. It was called Caught Up in the Clouds, right? The time is now, get your gear ready to fly. Gathering around, no holding us down, we're leaving ground, caught up in the clouds. It's talking about the Chariots. This came out in 1980. So they knew, right? On some Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, on some She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. They wrote a song called Caught Up. One of my favorite songs, right? Did you know that it was about the chariots of Israel back then in 80, right? Probably not, but that's exactly what the song is about, okay? So spread the news because the music's better there. Beautiful sound is to be found. It's all around, caught up in the cloud, right? What does it mean to be caught up in the clouds? Well, let's read it. Because what is it dealing with? It's dealing with spaceships, lasers, and aliens, right? I'm not the one that burned up the island of Oahu. I didn't do that. But the internet is abuzz with digital, directed energy weapons. Mountain Dew, Maui Blast, right? Maui Burst. Who did that? This is Revelation 12, Salakia 11. Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. What? There's caught up right there. Ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. All right? So it's not me. I'm standing here with understanding, right? Bringing out this truth. And ironically, nobody wants to hear it, which is beautiful, because when it's time to try to, when your ass is on fire and you're looking for some water, right? I'll be the one laughing the loudest. Right? When the day of my ass is on fire makes its appearance, like it did in Lahaina the other day, when them people woke up that morning, they didn't know their ass would be on fire. They didn't know that they would have to go jump in the ocean and put their shirt over their mouth so that they can breathe. because there's so much damn smoke out there, right? So we'll see. We'll see soon, right? Because an event is about to take place. An event is about to take place, right? Any day. Maybe in the fall, right? Nonetheless, an event will take place shortly. And that event is going to shut this place down. Remember, and see how quickly we forget what happened 2 years ago when this place was shut down. And when I'm not talking about just Babylon the Great. Or here, I'll put it in terms that you can understand. I'm not talking about just America. All right? America's not the only country that was shut down 3 years ago. Is it 3 years ago? Yep, let's say 3. Right? Because when you understand what really went on, it started in September of 2019, right? Straight out of Wuhan. Not Compton, nigga. Straight out of Wuhan. Straight out of Wuhan, a crazy motherfucker named COVID. Right? They shut the whole world down. Right? And what do they have in the pipe right now? A nigga would say in the pipe. What they got in the pipe? Right? Coming down the pipe. They got this disease X. They got so much shit. Nigga, remember monkeypox, nigga? Huh? You remember that shit? What about Reedley? Okay? What about Reedley? I'm standing where the fucking biolab originated, wound up in Reedley. Right now I'm standing in the town that the biolab originated in 20, I believe it was 17 or 18, they started getting funding and tax breaks, as the story goes. So for 5 years, let's see, 6 years, right? They've been making bioweapons right here, and nobody gives a flying F. Nobody. This is how asleep people are. Right? This is how zombified. You talk about understanding and no understanding. This is how zombified people are. You got Wuhan, right? That shut down the entire planet except for Sweden. Sweden didn't have to play that game. But the rest of the planet did that. They shut down the planet. Why? Because of what happened in Wuhan. Gain of function, Dr. Fauci, gain of function research in Wuhan, China. That's not worth knowing about. That's not worth understanding or worth looking into. That's not worth knowing about or having a concern about. But right here, right, in this raggedy little town, They got a biolab for the last 6 years, run by the Chinese, and nobody gives a flying F. You think that's not going to shut down the planet like they did 3 years ago? The disease that's coming out of this town, and nobody seems to give a flying F, right? Not flying J, flying F, right? Oh, he's just crazy. He's just out there on the stage talking loud. Nobody's listening. Well, that's prophecy, ain't it? Ain't that prophecy? What you could give a damn about? You don't give a damn about nothing until your ass is on fire in the middle of the ocean because your home just burned down. Somebody shot a laser on your ass, burned your ass and your family, burned you up, stole your land, right? Buying up your land, pennies on the dollar. You got third-degree burns all over your body, mixed with salt water, and I'm the bad guy for telling you about it, for bringing it up. I can't wait. It won't be long now until these words, so you can walk by and say, oh, that nigga's crazy. But you caught just enough words that's going to be ringing in your ear when your ass is on fire and you're looking for water. Oh, well, they turned the water up. Well, put the fire out, get the water hose. Well, we were doing a good job until they turned the water up. Right? We almost had the fire out and they turned the water pressure down. People were starving, but we wouldn't. It was Katrina all over here. Forgot about Katrina, right? Well, what's Katrina? Well, we directed Hurricane Katrina right up into the 9th Ward, whatever the fuck they call it out there. And they let it sit there and dump water and rain. Then they blew up the levees. Right? Well, why were the ghetto thugs shooting at the helicopter? Because the helicopter was blowing up the levee. That makes sense. Now go to the Superdome and sit there and wait for no food because FEMA won't be distributing any of the relief. It's going to get there too late. All this relief on the perimeter of the strike zone, if you will. But we're the bad guy for explaining what the hell went on. We're the bad guy. Right? How does that work? How does it work that we're the bad guy because we're up here explaining what the hell is going on? Right? Because we see in the spirit, we know where this thing is going. We're explaining what happened over there. Right? We've been saying directed energy. That's the new thing. You got people, right, making videos trying to explain what directed energy is, and you just learned about it within the week. Right? Some of us know, oh, well, Maui's on fire. Maui's on fire. It sounds like paradise. It sounds like the campfire right up the street. Okay? Some of us know when it's going down, right? When the event is going down. When they did 9/11 and the building just fell into its footprint, I'm like, that controlled implosion immediately. At that moment, I'm like, what did they just do? They just destroyed that building and brought it down, right? No, a plane flew into it. Well, a plane didn't fly into Building 7, but it came down the same way. And people are just fucking stupid, right? How easy it must be for this devil to run his game. People are stupid, right? But guess what? None of the wicked are going to understand. That's talking about Esau. That's talking about the 2/3. Let's talk about you damn heathen, right, that are going into captivity very soon here. The clock is ticking. And the chains are clinking. Them cages, right? Go back and watch Planet of the Apes. What will you see if you watch Planet of the Apes? Well, you're going to see cages. You're going to see chains. You can see nets. People getting grabbed up and put in cages. Why? Why is that? Hell, you're going to see nuclear missiles and people bowing down and worshiping. Why is that? What is this series called Planet of the Apes? And how can they serve it to you right up your nose, and you not understand that it's talking about the kingdom of heaven? All right? How could you not? Well, hey, I didn't for years. I didn't understand it. But it makes perfect sense. At the end, where Taylor is walking along the beach, he sees the Statue of Liberty, right? He's face to face with the Statue of Liberty, and he's like, you did it. You blew it up. What does that mean? Taylor was running. He was a fugitive running from slavery. Remember they used to hunt down the slave? Well, he was the slave being hunted. And who was hunting him? Well, the gorilla, the apes. Don't they call us apes? Don't they call us monkeys and gorillas? That's what that movie series is about. It's about the kingdom of heaven. We're the apes. We're running shit. And who are we locking up and forcing to work for us like they did to us? It's tit for tat. And a nigga will tell you quick, oh, I don't want to own no slaves. You don't? You'd rather be one. You'd rather be a monkey turning tricks as the organ grinder swing plays. Chim chim, nigga, out here. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Well, this dude's got an earthquake machine. Well, this dude's got high beam, high intensity directed energy weapons. I'm crazy for saying what you're seeing going on in your face. You can't explain it or have no explanation, right? Ask them, the locals on Maui. And I'm not talking about Oakland. She's not a local on Maui. All right? She's Dr. Evil's lieutenant conducting a land grab right now. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Part of those great signs, apparently, are laser beams coming down, burning up whole islands. And then, you got the chariots of Israel, right? You got the chariots of Israel. And guess what? They're showing up and showing out right now. And what do they got to do? They got to put their spin on it. They got to demonize. They got to change the narrative and try to control it, what's left. I ask again, is it my fault that aliens and spaceships, UFOs, UAPs, call it what the hell you want to, and laser beams, right? Directed energy weapon. What is that? That's a laser beam, right? Is it my fault that these things are being spoken about in the mainstream media right now? Explain what that means. Explain it, right? I'm doing it right now. Nobody seems to give a fuck, and that's fine. Yeah. He suddenly lost his mind. It's lucky. Hey, it is what it is, man. What do you do? What do you do with it? What do? You repent. Here's the rub, right? Well, you just out there. No, I'm explaining to you the way out of this hellhole. All right. Some of you don't have a chance. Your ass gonna be on fire no matter what. But some of you, guess what? The aliens, the spaceships, and the laser beams are actually on your side and you don't know. Here's the understanding, okay? If you're of the Most High's elect, right? These things that appear to be bad because someone's demonizing them, it's actually salvation. See, people don't understand. You call out any Christian and ask him what it means to be saved. That means giving your life to God. Right? Like the Jehovah's Witness are they seem to have taken over the mall. I left it to them a while back. As soon as I came out here, they huddled up, they jumped in their cars and they ran. And that's good. Wipe the dust, right? Wipe the dust and get the fuck up out of here, right? Because the vibration of truth is out here. You don't want to hear it. Here it is. What are you doing out here on the battlefield anyway? You got a dress on, that's good, but what the hell are you doing out here? Are you teaching people? Are you teaching people the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai? No, you're not. Are you teaching them that the microchip is the mark of the beast? No, you're not. What the fuck are you doing now? You're leading the people astray. So, and you're going to be held accountable for that. You will be held accountable for your wickedness. That's wicked. You're out here lying to people. Well, anybody can be saved. You don't know what it means to be saved, but anybody can be saved. It's not what the Bible says. Okay? It don't say that. Okay? It says salvation is of the Jews, meaning all the elect of Israel, not just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, not just the southern kingdom, not just the tribe of Judah, right? Yahushua said, I have other sheep that I got to go deal with. Who was he talking about? The Gentiles, if you will, the northern kingdom. He had to come over here. He had the Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan over here on this side. So not just the Jews, yeah. Salvation is of the Jews and the northern kingdom. All Israel of the 1/3. Okay, and eventually all of Israel on the other side, coming back through our loin. When I say our, I'm speaking of the hopeful elect. All right, so if you don't have this understanding, and here comes the famine of the word, here's what you're going to remember. Here's how it's going to go down. Okay, all hell breaks loose. You're like, well, maybe that guy was right. He was talking about UFO. Let's go find out what he has to say. I know he's down there. He's always down there. But now where is he? It's too late. It's too late. Do you know how hard it is to understand it? I mean, and there's something called the simplicity of Yahushua, right? But that's for the elect. If you're of the elect, you're gonna understand, right? But the hard part is that you fucking knuckleheads that ain't gonna understand. You know, forget about them, yeah. But we still have to do this. It pleased the Most High through the foolishness of preaching, right? So you got your little job, you're all proud, your nose is in the air, right? Because like the Jake nurse who was telling the truth, I got a job, I got a good job, but I can't make ends meet. So keep your little nose in the air job as though you're better than somebody and you're not. Guess what? I got a job too. You know what it is? Out here bringing out this word so that you can reject it out of hand, so that your ass will be on fire very soon. Because you rejected it. When you had the opportunity to stop and listen, right? And take heed to this word, you didn't give a damn. Right? And who knows? What if I'm out here healing? If I'm able to heal people out here in the next, 2 months, and there's a line of people waiting to be healed, I'm going to remember you didn't have nothing to say when you thought I was out here crazy. Oh, he was talking about spaceships and UFOs and aliens and laser beams. And then it came on the evening news, and I didn't seem so crazy anymore. No, we're telling you exactly what those things are and what they're not. The evening news is spinning a yarn to get you to believe that there's a scaly little green man, right, driving a spaceship, and the angels don't look like that. The scriptures tell you what the angels look like, right? But you can't tell a motherfucker that the angels exist. They look like me as a so-called black man with an afro, right? Twice my size, right? You couldn't begin to say that. Why? Because we're supposed to look crazy. We're supposed to look like we're crazy out here. And I'm sure we're doing a great job, right? It's gotta look. That's what I would say. If I didn't understand what was going on, I'd say, oh, well, he's just crazy. Well, does it look like I'm homeless? It might. But see, that's the way the Most High set it up. Right? He takes the basis of things and raises them to the top, like he did this damn devil. Right here it is. The caveman is running the earth right now. And you can believe everything he says, but you can't believe what I'm saying? Are you a Native American? Okay. All right. You're one of God's chosen people. The nation. Huh? The Native Americans, the Latinos, these are God's chosen people, the Israelites. Look into that. You see? You see? That's the information you got to have right now. Because when they come out hunting you, they say, well, why are you trying to kill me? Why are you trying to kill me? Because you're God's chosen people, the Israelites. You should at least know why. You should at least know who your enemy is, right? When they come hunting and trying to kill you, right? You should at least know why. You got to know who your enemy is. So you can see him coming. When you see somebody walking up on you and you recognize this person to be your enemy, if you knew who the devil was, when he walks up on you, you walk the other way. That's pretty simple. But then nothing is simple, is it? So anyway, is it too late to wake up? No, it's not. Is it too late to repent? What's your message? My message is repent, right? Know thyself. Well, everybody's the same. Yep, that's what the devil wants you to know. Everybody's the same. No, they're not. What about class? Okay? Is there not a class system or a caste system going on right now that you're at the bottom of and got your nose in the air trying to be better than somebody else? Here you are at the bottom with me. Poor, broke, check to check. You're a have-not. Right? Well, you miss one check, you're done. You're on the street, starving. Right? But somehow you're better. You're not. You're not better. All right? What you better do is get that ass ready for them cotton fields. That's what you got to do. You get ready for the cotton field, right? And be ready to go to work from sun up to sundown. You might get a 15-minute break. But if you're ready for that and you're in order, then we're gonna be just fine. You will get some gruel at the end of the day. Enough gruel to get your ass right back out there the next day and go to work. All right? Because that's the time we're in. We're in the time of the big payback, right? Everything that was done to the children of Israel must, right? Must. What's that term? Must be killed. It's Revelation. We're about to close too. Back to Revelation 13. Well. Revelation 13:10. Start at 9. Going back to understanding, right? With all thy getting, get understanding, right? Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. What does that mean? I mean, if you can understand what I'm about to say, get that understanding. With all thy getting, get this understanding. All right? What does this mean? Oh, well, just be cool with all people. No. Nope. Wasn't set up like that. You don't understand the Most High. You don't understand God. That's not how God works. In the world we live in, God clearly put somebody on top and he clearly put somebody on bottom. That's the way he operates. Nothing wrong with that. Those that are enjoying the top right now better get ready for the bottom. And the lashes that go along with it. Revelation 13:9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be. What does that mean? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. What does that mean? Okay? Must be. Well, you would call it karma, right? People don't want to talk about that. If you're on the top and lived a lavish life, and now it's time for you to be on the bottom and get your ass kicked every day, you ain't ready for that. Well, guess what? Whether you're ready or not, you better get ready for that damn cotton field. You better get ready for that hot box. You better get ready for that yoke around your neck, them shackles, them manacles, right? That's what this is about. And don't give a damn if you agree with it or not. It's going to happen. It's going to go down bad unless you're one of God's chosen people. If you're a Mexican, you're from the tribe of Issachar, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, God's chosen people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. All right? It's time for us to get our get back, to get our payback. You understand? We're in the day of judgment right now. Right? And it's going to be brutal. It's going to be absolutely brutal. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody got to push the truth. Okay? And here we are, I'm back. The old stomping grounds, right? Philippians 2:12. The way we used to close this. Right here. On the old stage. The book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? How do you do that? You better repent. You better figure out what the hell is going on. While there's still a teacher out here to teach you what the hell is going on. Whether you hear or whether you forbear, you better figure something out. All right? Shit done changed out here. It changed up. All right? It's fair game. It's perfectly legal. In today's world, it's perfectly legal to take your laser beam, burn somebody up off of their land and their island, and have them die in the Pacific Ocean. That's the legal thing today. All right? And ain't nobody saying nothing. It's perfectly legal to run a biolab in Fresno, California, and then move it to Reedley after 5 years, and that's the same thing that happened in Wuhan, China. That's perfectly legal today. Nobody seems to give a damn about that. Here it is, you shut down the whole planet for 3 years. Nobody gives a damn about a biolab right up the street. It's amazing. I don't have time for that. Well, when you were working from home because they shut down everything, right? Or that was my imagination, that they shut the world down, right? I'm making that up. I'm not making it up. It happened. Right? Is it going to happen again? Are they going to shut the world down again? Sir, do you know about the biolab that was up the street? Do you know what COVID-19 is? Remember that? Are you Chinese? What are you? Korean? I was in the service. I went to South Korea and all of that. But so they say that COVID came from a biological lab in Wuhan, China, but they got one right here in Fresno. You didn't hear about the biolab here in Fresno? Oh, okay. All right. Only when necessary, right? That's all right. Can you say cotton field? You will. You'll speak Hebrew real soon. All right. So with that, all right. Before I gotta, let's bring that out one more time. Understand this. If you have ears to hear, understand this. It's Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. That means if you can understand what I'm saying, whether you understand the language or not. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. That's all you heathen nations. Okay? You will be rounded up, manacles and chains and cages in a pit, and you finna go to work like you had us. Understand that. All right? So with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom and salutations to all the Aquath push Salakia, listening and learning, being a pillar of rest. All right, shalom.